polymerase chain reactor procured by many universities, but many of them use a black box. It gives data without understanding the details about how it works and how it has to be maintained. I would suggest that there has to be training workshops. Maybe the UGC, maybe the HEQEP should organize, should make inventory of this equipment and arrange for appropriate workshops. Repair and maintenance of the equipment, difficulty in obtaining services, difficulty in obtaining funds for repairs and consumables. These are the hurdles that we have to overcome. Engaging research for PhD work, I already said. Okay. So UGC has a number. I think about Indian and other things I'm not worried, but just 1 minute. I have percent of GDP spending on higher education is 0.15%. And spending in R&D is not percentage. Cannot be counted even. It's less than 0.1%. World Bank doesn't count if it is below 0.1% of GDP. I bring one example. Ethiopia, they spend 0.1%. It is counted. So we are below Ethiopia in that respect. And spending for education just 1%, we heard it this morning. This is the question many have asked me. Will there be HEQEP 2 2018? I say yes. But the same thing with the finance minister this morning with GOB funding. I believe it can be done. World Bank provided 1,800 crore over a period of 9 years, 200 crore every year. And 200 crore every year extra. We have a national budget. Last time it was 300,000 crore. 200 crore extra for higher education. It's not a very impossible proposition. I requested our chairman if he finds it interesting, worthwhile to pursue it. So this is what I invite you to place a demand for maybe 300 crore per year for HEQEP 2. If you want to sustain the achievements of HEQEP. The present one, it can be called HEQEP 1, if you call it. That you need that much money. Don't wait for World Bank to provide that fund. Let us do it ourselves.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I'm sorry that I know that you could have spoken for another hour on this subject. Now, dear participants, so that brings to an end to this session. Now, according to the program, the chair is supposed to speak. Now, since we are running behind, I'm not going to take much time. I will finish in less than a minute. First of all, I want to thank the Honorable Vice Chancellors, the distinguished audience, and the presenters for their patience and time. Without your cooperation, we could not have finished this session. Now, I wanted to say many things, but I think I will not go into that. But what I understand from the deliberations that we have heard during the whole day, there has been paradigm shift in teaching, learning, research and quality assurance in the higher education, the tertiary education in Bangladesh. There is no doubt about that. In addition to that, we have the university teachers and professors have learned how to write a proposal. Many of us did not know how to write a proposal. As you have heard, there were 1,946 proposals received by University Grants Commission who applied for HEQEP projects. So this in itself is a big achievement. And also there are other things that have made, in terms of publications, in terms of quality enhancement, there has been quantum shift in every aspect. So I don't want to go into details of that because that will take time. I don't want to do that. I know all of us are very tired. So thank you all very much. And I'm sure Dr. Professor Mohammad Khan is here for the concluding session, and concluding session will be very short, I promise. So with these few words, I thank you again. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
this program, Professor Dr. Mohammad Khan, member of UGC, will chair this session. He will be assisted by Mr. M. Abdul Momen, Consultant HEQEP, and Mr. Muhammad Gaji Nazrul Islam, Program Officer HEQEP.
And he will make a very short presentation. After that, I will say a few words and conclude. Thank you very much.
Honorable Session Chair, this is the concluding session. Chair, Professor Dr. Mohammad Khan, member UGC. This is the part, you know how easy to compile all these deliberation this morning and afternoon. So I'm sorry to say that I'm not prepared the slides to compile this summary of these presentations. So in the inaugural session, our chief guest, the finance minister, he mentioned some of the key points that some of the development of the education, historical development in this country and all over the world. He mentioned this historical event, you all know, and then he said that the importance of the higher education, the skilled people we need to develop our countries. Then our education minister, he mentioned some of the points on the dream of our other nation to build this country. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, she is implementing this dream to make this nation a world standard. The higher education is an important area, so that we need our manpower. This manpower will go to our primary sectors, secondary section and technical section, technical education sectors. So he emphasized the quality of education at these higher education institutions. So he requested all of us to use this fund properly and work with high devotion. Then our special guest, the Secretary, Minister of Education, Secretary in charge, Minister of Education, S.A. Mahmood. He said that Minister of Education implementing the 3 projects of the World Bank. He made thanks to World Bank for coming forward and supporting our education sector. There are 3 projects supporting to the secondary and primary education. And another project is technical education sector development, and the HEQEP for the higher education sector development. Project Director, Dr. Mohanto, he made some vote of thanks and mentioned that our education minister, he elected as a vice president in the UNESCO conference during the period of 2015 and 2017. So he heartily congratulated the achievement of this work from the Ministry of Education. Then after inaugural session, there was a technical session. It started about 12 noon, a little bit late, and there were 10 presenters, successful SPMs. The first paper was presented by Professor Bahanu from BAU. And let me tell you the general achievements of this all presented 10 sub-projects. The achievements in the physical facilities development, in the classrooms, laboratories, libraries, etc. These are the common in most of these 10 sub-projects presented. Bahanur, he was very successful in developing 5 vaccines for livestock and poultry. He explains this very nicely, and it is ready for commercialization. The second presenter, I think from the university. The second presenter is from East West University, development of ultrasound, broad elasticity. Sorry, it is from Kuwait, presented by Sharmina. It was an excellent achievement. It's for early detection of breast cancer. It is being used in the medical center of the Kuwait. Then third presenting paper was the development of novel, functional and smart material for technological applications. That is in Dhaka University, our honorable member from the University Grants Commission. He was the SPM, his name is Professor Yusuf Alimullah. So the smart material, there is a scope to use in this application in this country regarding the dyeing, coloring and drying of the what is called it is garments industry, and there are other functions in the future will be used for these smart applications, smart materials. Then the fourth presenter, Dr. Anwar Hussain from the Dhaka University, he developed a genome analysis. He was very successful, and these vaccines will be developed very soon and then will be used in our country to save our livestock and poultry. That is related to the FMD. Then the fifth presenter, Professor Mahbub Rabbani from PSTU. His achievement was related to development of lab facilities and some of the gene center. And most of the gene center, there are 54 species in his collection, 800 sampling available over there, and he is providing training to the farmers in that area. 8 students, master degree students and PhD students are in his laboratory. They are working for their degree. Then Professor Monjurul Hassan from Rajshahi University, development of ICT-based interactive teaching and learning facilities in that university, and their development of theoretical courses is there, bioinformatics lab there, central laboratory, botanical garden development. These are the facilities he has developed and very successfully being used over there by the students and the faculties. And Professor Laila Arjuman Banu, and she presented her research achievement in the title of Modernization of Genetic Research Facilities and Patient Care Services. I think it's a very important area. So these research facilities will provide in the future services to our patients, and there will be a database could be used for planning and service providing areas. Then 8th paper was presented by Dr. Tofazal Islam from Bangamundu Agriculture University. This is the research. Achievement is that biofertilizer he will be developed there, and then in the future it will be used for agricultural production. The cost of nitrogenous fertilizer will reduce tremendously. It will be reduced by the 25%, and the productivity will go by 20%, as he reported. 22 paper published. There are master degree students there working in his laboratory and his research project. The 9th project was presented by Dr. Kabiruddin from Jahangirnagar University. He was working on the wastewater treatment issues, and he was successful in developing a lab facilities there. This lab will be using for providing service to the industry people as well as solving our problems of industry related to the wastewater issues and problems. The 10th paper, the last paper, presented by Professor Muhammad Yunus from Shahjalal Science and Technology University. That title was Synthesis of Carbon-Rich Polyene Novel Class Material for Liner and Non-Liner Optics Liquid Crystalline. So, several research and liquid crystals has been developed. It will be used in the LED screen. 7 papers are published. Future plan is there to optimize this liquid crystal. Then after lunch, there was a session. Our honorable vice chancellors, I think 6 vice chancellors, they presented their achievements about sub-projects being implemented or already implemented in their universities. The common thing is that the achievement in lab facilities, achievement in classroom improvement, ICT, those are more or less common, some of these experiences, and they express their gratitude to the HEQEP project and the World Bank for supporting this education sector and quality improvement. And they presented some of the statistics, that the number of projects in terms of window 1, window 2, and window 3. So I'm not going to present those with the statistics over there. There is a suggestion came from the Vice Chancellor from Bangladesh Agriculture University, Professor Ali.